This video is for our notes for CFA 10. So this is the start of them. It's on page 33. I've got 3 different colors here and I plan to use those for our notes. Today we're talking about NS5 and NS6 on negative numbers. Sounds scary, but it's not too bad. So negative numbers. So first off, I'm going to write that here. What are negative numbers? If I ask you what's a negative number, we just normally say they're numbers that are less than 0 or below 0. So I'm going to say a number that's below or less than 0. So there's a couple ways that you will see negative numbers on a horizontal number line. So I'm going to trace this blue line right here and just kind of make a number line about this big. I'm going to put 0 right here in the middle. So going this way, you've got your 1 and your 2. Those are your positive numbers. Your negative numbers go the other way. -1, -2. So your negative numbers, let me circle those. They're over here. They are to the left of 0. They're to the left of 0 on what I would call a horizontal number line. So when the number line's horizontal, they are to the left. So I'm just going to say that negative numbers are to the left of 0. If I were to use a vertical number line, your negative numbers are actually going to be below 0. So I'm going to write that and then I'll draw that. Negative numbers are below 0. And I'm going to draw that right over here. If I were to draw a number line over here, maybe put 0 right here at this tick. Going up would be 1 and then 2. Going down, you've got your -1, -2. So your negative numbers on a vertical number line, they are below 0, and that would be here. And on the horizontal number line, they're to the left of 0. Draw a line here. Gonna put a little table here. We've got situation. Go down a little bit, and then I'm going to change colors. We've got a positive, which is plus. Make that line here. Negative is going to be red. Minus. And then I'll go back to green. What does 0 represent is what I'm going to say over here. What does 0 represent? I'm going to kind of make a table here and trace this blue line. I guess I should put a question mark there. What does 0 represent? So in our table here, there's different situations we're going to have positive and negative numbers. So when you have temperatures, temperatures can be positive and negative. So if I do positive numbers like temperatures, you could have 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a positive number. You could have 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a positive. You could have 1 degree Fahrenheit. Those are all positive numbers there. If I talk about negative temperatures, you could have negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. You could have negative 5 degrees Fahrenheit. You could even say 5 degrees below 0. That's also the same thing as negative 5 degrees because you're saying below 0, which makes it negative. So what does 0 represent with temperatures? What would 0 mean? 0 degrees. It's not positive, it's not negative, it's neither. So 0 is not positive or negative. It's neither. So 0 is kind of like in between. It's neither. Move my chart up and trace that. The next situation where you may see positive and negative numbers, like in sports, like football. You could have a gain of yards or a loss in yards. So in football, we have temperatures, we have football, a gain and a loss of yards. So positive numbers in football would be like you gain 10 yards. So a gain of 10 yards, you gain 10 yards. So that's a positive 10. You don't necessarily have to put a plus sign. You can just say 10 yards. However, it's different with negative numbers. If you say a loss of 5 yards, that's equivalent or equal to negative 5 yards. So the word loss is the same thing as saying negative 5 yards. What would 0 mean in football? 0 means that you don't gain or lose any yards. So 0 would mean you don't gain or lose any yards. The next situation we're talking about is elevation. And elevation could be elevation of water, sea level. We talk about above and below sea level. So this could be water. It could be sea level. You can be above or below. Those are examples of situation where you would have positive and negative numbers. So where would I have a positive situation with elevation? You could say that the mountain is 7,310 feet above sea level. And because I use the word above, we know it's a positive number, so we could write that as 7,310 feet. You don't necessarily have to write a positive in front of it. Positive numbers, we just write it normal. However, negative numbers, you'll put the negative. So like if you're 52 feet below sea level, 52 feet below, keyword below, this one was lost, so below sea level would be like saying negative 52 feet. So this clue with the word below is the same thing as negative 52 feet. What about 0? What would 0 represent? 0 is like at sea level, so you're not above or below. At sea level, you are not above or below sea level. Another popular thing where you have a plus and minus is money. When we're talking about money, situations with money.